Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. If you've watched any of my videos before, then you probably can tell that my background is a little bit different. My husband Jacob and I just moved into our first house this weekend. We moved yesterday, and so today is Sunday, and I want to get this video up this week because I've been a little bit behind with the whole moving process, so please excuse the bad lighting and the bad ambiance. My little drawer is all still like saran wrapped up, but besides that, we have other important things to talk about today, which is our October 2019 budget. So today I'm going to be going over how we plan to spend our money for October, including all the money that we plan to bring in and how we are allocating every single dollar, whether that is for expenses or in savings. But I also want to let you guys know that if you are interested in getting the budget template that I will be using, it's actually one that you can get from my Etsy shop for $5. So I'll have a link to that in the description box down below. Okay, so now let's get into the budget. So first we have our income section, and as always I have Jacob's income and my income individually blocked out, but for my business I plan to bring home $2,600 this month. So the total income that we plan to bring home this month is $7,920. Now to move into our expenses, and so we use a zero-based budget, which means that every dollar gets a name and it gets assigned a place at the beginning of the month. So the first expenses that we have here are blocked out, and these are all giving. So Jacob and I give to our church and other organizations, and that's really important to us. So that's the first thing that you see in our budget. But next we have rent. So like I said, we just bought a house, but our mortgage payment doesn't actually start till November, and our lease for our apartment ends in October. And so to not break our lease, we still have to pay October's rent. So technically our last day in the apartment is October 1st, even though we moved in on September 28th. But with the mortgage payment not starting until November, it worked out that I wasn't having to pay double for a month. So we do have one more month of rent. We are hoping to get a little bit of that back. If someone moves into our apartment in the month of October, we would get a portion of that back. So we'll see how that goes, but worst case, we're paying $14.55. Utilities is $200. For our apartment, it isn't this much, but I am planning to budget around $300 a month for utilities for our house, which would include water, garbage, sewer, electricity, what else? Oh, gas. We don't have gas in our apartment. So all those things, maybe around $300. I don't know, we'll see. But for right now, we are having to pay the utilities for our apartment, and then we also have to pay a few utilities for the house. And it's only like a few things because we haven't really lived here. So I plan on spending about $200 this month. And then electric, this is for our apartment for the month of September that we pay in October. So it may be around $60. Internet is $39.99, and it will be that much when we move in, when we are now at our house as well. Phones, this is my phone and Jacob's cell phone, and that is $108 a month. We are both on our parents' family plans, which is great that we don't have to like pay extra to just have it be ourselves on a plan. It's cheaper for us to stay with our parents, and so we just pay them each month for our line. Car insurance should be about $153 for just our cars. Next we have groceries, which we spend $250 a month on groceries. Eating out is $75, and gas is $150. Now we put $200 a month into an IRA, and so we have that budgeted for. And then we have Jacob's birthday. So Jacob turns 28 on October 3rd, so we have some money allocated. Honestly, he doesn't really like want something specific, or I guess he does want something specific, but it's like big expensive things. So I'm using like $50 out of our like general budget to just give him extra money. I know that's really lame and that's not actually me getting him something, but he honestly appreciates that more than me just like getting him something random that's $50, because that's our like birthday budget. So I'm just going to allocate $50 more to his personal fund. Actually, why don't I do that right now? So I'm going to make this $50, and we're going to go out to dinner for his birthday. So that's what that will be. And then I'll add $150 to his personal fund, which we'll see down here at the bottom later. Next we have household, and so we put $50 a month into household for right now. And that's just to cover things like toilet paper, paper towels, you know, those kind of like household essentials. Next we have $50 worth of fun, and in October we may do some fun things. I'd love to go to like a pumpkin patch and like have some apple cider and some apple cider donuts. So we'll see, but lots of fun things to be had in October. And then we have $100 assigned to miscellaneous. You always need a miscellaneous category because something always goes wrong in your budget. It does not go as planned. So that's why we have miscellaneous. So in total, we have $3,713.85 in normal expenses. And so now to move into all the savings items. So the first thing that we have here is our emergency fund, which I have putting $3,811.15 to the emergency fund, which is awesome. So our next big plan, now that we are moved into our house. So before this, we've been saving for a down payment on our house. And before that, we had a 6-month emergency fund, which for us then was $10,000. But now that we're in our house, and maybe that was more like 5 months expenses when we were in the apartment. But now that we're in our house, there's just a lot more expenses. And so we plan to increase our emergency fund to be more like $25,000. And that's even over 6 months of expenses, but that just feels like a good round number and makes me feel a little more comfortable. So our next goal is we're trying to get to $25,000 as soon as possible. So we're going to be putting $3,800 to this. And so I'm hoping that this will be done by like February. That being said, we are also not contributing to other things right now, which I'll go into detail with as we're going down the list. So the next line item that we have is Jacob for $150. So Jacob and I each get personal spending money each month, and we each get typically $100, and we can choose to either save it or spend it. And so since Jacob's birthday is this month, I'm giving him an extra $50, which you guys saw. So he gets a little bit extra. And then I get $100 as well. My fund is like building up, and I don't know what I'm going to spend it on, but something good. Also, I do have this blocked out as well because September is not done yet, so I don't have our final balances for last month. So you'll have to check out our September budget report to see what these numbers are. Next, we have extra giving, which we put $50 a month into. And this is something that we love to do in our budget. It just allows us the permission to say yes to a giving opportunity if it comes up. And so we really love having this fund. I actually did spend on it in September. And it's just a way that we can like bless people if the opportunity comes up. So we put $50 a month into that. Vacation, $0. You guys, it's kind of sad. But again, our big goal right now is to get that emergency fund up, and we don't have any trips in the works. Honestly, the next thing that I have planned is to go to LA in September for FinCon. And so we don't have any trips planned right now. So I'm just going to hold off on the vacation fund until we beef up that emergency fund, because I just want to get that done and get that taken care of as soon as possible. So sadly, not saving for vacation this month. Christmas, we put $20 a month into Christmas, which our Christmas fund is growing and will be ready to go for December. And then car maintenance, I am still putting money into car maintenance, $75 a month. I do need new tires soon, and now that we're getting into like fall and real rainy season in Oregon, it's definitely needed. So I am putting $75 into that. House maintenance, when our emergency fund is complete, we will be putting money into the house maintenance fund. I'll put about $350 a month into the house maintenance fund, which would annualize out to be 1% of our house value if we save $350 each month. And I'm not worrying about it right now though, because I'm trying to beef up that emergency fund. So if anything happens to our house between now and February, I would just use the emergency fund, but then I will have that dedicated like house maintenance line item come February. So our house is not very old, it's only 4 years old, so I hope there isn't a lot of things that can go wrong, but if there is, we have the emergency fund sitting there. But it will feel good when we have the emergency fund and then we have like an additional house maintenance emergency fund. Like I was telling Jacob, but this emergency fund, the $25,000, like I don't want to touch it ever. Like I want to have an emergency fund for the emergency fund, you know? So that's what this like the car maintenance and the house maintenance funds are for. So that hopefully we don't have to touch the emergency fund. Like we can just, you know, save up for like house and car related expenses. So the total amount that we plan to save is $4,206.15. And the total money that we have allocated is $7,920, which means that the difference is 0, and which makes this a zero-based budget. So this is our budget for October, and I'm hoping that it'll turn out. You know, in September we had a lot of house expenses, which I will be showing you guys for sure in our September budget report, so definitely check that out when it comes out. I'm hoping on Wednesday. I'm so sorry that I've been a little bit behind on these videos, and I also like right now look a little like ratchet. I haven't showered in a couple days, I'm not gonna lie, but I am getting caught up, and I thank you guys so much for sticking with me and watching my videos and hanging out. So I hope that this video was helpful in showing you how we are planning to spend our money this month. Let me know in the comments down below what you are excited for the month of October, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe, of course, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.